we got to take it.
Right.
Okay.
Do it? Okay, you're on. All right. Call meeting order. The approval of minutes from June 7th, finance meeting.
I make a motion, we accept the minutes as written for the finance meeting on June the 7th, 2021.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor? Invoices. Before we get into it, I do have a couple questions myself. Finally. I had that, Connie, that, Bridgeport equipment, that was equipment that you all rented from 12th Street as well as at the farm.
That was a stump grinder that we rented.
I just thought I'd over there a lot of time. One that I question, Sean, open page 505.
505. I don't have a 505.
No, I don't either.
Must be the ones at school.
I'm talking about cards now. Oh, big cards.
Oh, no, they're by yourself.
I'm sorry. You all lost your face.
505, okay.
Under Sean,
Uh-huh.
the last four,
That's garbage. Pick up.
there's a,
No, those last four,
yeah.
I don't know, that's probably abbreviating. I really don't know, but that's what those are.
Every public services, that's a dump in,
Yeah.
down at the third dump.
Yeah, but I mean, I just never. I never
Maybe they're multi-company, I don't know.
They turn around and send 3 bills at one time instead of billing every month. They'll turn around and let it go sometimes for 2 or 3 months. before they send it.
Well, no, what it is, we can't get a hold of it.
Right.
They've done that fast.
Yeah. And then charge cards, so it must have to do something with their,
4, 5, fire department, I Regency, California, for $231. Y'all quit taking vacation.
I think that was when his chief's card got.
yes, he got, yes, this card got
We
that. And we got,
still have to pay that?
we pay it, but we get a credit back.
Okay. All right. Be able to take quick.
I do, but it doesn't have a page number down the bottom of it. But it's the one for Mr. Tractor Sales, the $3,510. It says, repair to sidearm mower. Is that a weak part or something? Because did we get that fixed last year before the end of the season?
It's been out there since then.
Yes.
Yeah. They couldn't, they had to test the tractor itself once it got warm. And I called them out there and asked them if they had ran the test. Well, I called them before I left my old job. And I said, what's the deal with the tractor? And they said, we need to work on it. And it's finished, but we need to keep it or send it to you and you need to bring it back to us. I told them to keep it until the weather got warm. I then again had to call them back in April and ask them what was going on. They finally had it done. It's completely tested. Now we're just waiting on the guy that went and delivered it to take it back up and bring it in. But that's the final bill.
Okay.
But that is,
Have we got
it's
it
been
yet?
there a year.
Have we got it yet?
No,
We still have got it in?
that company that was gonna go get it was supposed to go get it Friday, and I don't know if they get the same kind of holidays or what. I'm gonna call again in the morning.
So is it, why couldn't we take it out there? I'm just curious.
It's too big for anything we have. They had to use a tractor trailer truck to take it out there.
Because of the side, because that
Because
side.
of that arm, yes.
And the bill hadn't been paid yet.
Yes, it's been paid. So it, just because of the fact that we had to pay it in front of that guy going to pick it up.
Oh, okay.
Any other questions? Point of interest now, this is $310,000, but we always have some big ticket items this end of the year. So we got some things that ordinarily don't come up, but there's some things that ordinarily do come up. Computers for police cars, $2,200. Gasoline for all departments is $3,734. Retirees, PTI pension, insurance, $13,653. Sanitation board, we paid them $1,400 to tear down the house, and landfill, $4,436.
Also includes the police car and
Yeah, I got that down. Healthcare for all employees, $34,259. Fireman's pension fund is $53,000. Police car, $36,331. A Bobcat of $71,609. That's $220,000 of the 310. Leave us only at $90,000 of miscellaneous stuff, which in the summertime, that's not bad. We've been doing a lot of work. Yep,
Yes.
record in there.
$38,000.
Yeah.
And usually it's around 200,000, so you
Yeah.
take away those just two things at 100.
Well, you take away just the, PEI is 13,000,
Right.
and health care insurance 34, that's $48,000 right there.
50%
And
for
that's,
the pension.
right here's what we pay once a month for our health insurance for our employees.
Anyway. $310,721.62 is the invoices as they were presented to us.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we pass on to council for the full payment for $310,721.62.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next is authorized clerk to pay invoices through the end of the year. Now, we are paid up to date, but we still have about 7 or 8 days left in this year. We need to authorize money to go ahead and pay. That doesn't bring it down.
The only what we have to pay, I think at this point, I think we pretty much got it all.
I think so.
You know, there's might be some utilities, but most of that, it's only gonna be what we have to pay. It's actually due the next 7 days or so.
I'll make a motion that we go ahead and authorize and send on full council for Clerk Faulkner to pay the invoices to the end of our fiscal year. Necessary.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor? Tommy.
Yes, sir. Okay, I know you got a lot of papers to see. Of course, one is the bank accounts.
Okay.
Another one is proposed pay scales. That's for you all to take home and look it over. And I'll explain to you what it is. This was Mike's proposal if we decide to do this. In order to do that, there's one of these sheets that's strictly to get everybody up to that level. So we went through, got the employees hire date, you got how many years they've been with the city, you got their hourly wage, you got their longevity pay, and then you got your the longevity and their hourly wage together. And then how much raise they will get based on their years. And that grand total is right down at the bottom. That's, and there's about 14 of them that's already at level. So the other 2 pages are a proposal if we wanted to give them those a raise or whatever. You all, if you have any questions, please call me. I will be glad to go through with it with you, or if you want to see me after meeting, I'll be glad to do that too. Now, the next sheet I give you.
What just say?
Okay.
What's the third page for?
Well, that's the first page. That's given,
So that's the 2550 and.
and the first, and that back page is just strictly getting everybody to the level they should be at.
Okay.
Like I said, there's 14 that are highlighted,
Yes.
that are there, okay?
Yes. Thank you.
And just take it home, study it. And this next sheet that I did for you.
Back on this thing.
Okay.
Pricing
I
part,
got it.
the, pay scale, the original pay scale is actually cheap.
Now repeat.
The original pay scale that I proposed is actually cheaper than the three that you did.
Yeah, that's right, that's it,
But,
but, right. Then we would go by this, but there would never be raises up until it gets to years limit.
right.
That's the way I see it, but that's something you gotta think about, we need to think about. We'll continue getting this as they go, or every year we'll get.
And at the same time, like we discussed earlier, we've got several people over 20 years of service.
Right.
This scale's not for 20 years, so we may have to jack it up a little bit if
Yes.
we go to any of this.
And I already made out some other scales if we wanted to give, once they got to this pay scale, if we want to give everybody raises. I did it to see what kind of how it would affect our budget. Basically, if we would have the money to give raises or not. Does that make sense? Okay, the next one I give you, I went through and I just wanted to see what our revenues have been in the last 5 years. 6 count this year. So I started back in 15-16, and that's what we collected the first year. 15-16 was 5.1 million. 16-17 was 5.6. And the reason that increased is when 1% tax came on board. If you add that 439 to that 5.1, you're pretty close to 5.6 million. Our revenues have been increasing only because of the 1% revenue. So the next year was 6. Next year was 6.7. 19-20 we went down to 6.5. And this year we are actually at, if you take away, I'll have the COBA pay in there to cover our $5 raise for the check we get extra around Christmas time, that area in December. If you take away that 192, I kept one check out to cover that for the COBA pay, we reflected 6.6 million this year. So as you guys can see, we are a $6.7 million city as our revenues. It's kind of, I didn't think I could take that as an average amount, but I just wanted us to see where we stand and how our revenue, like I said, it's that. If you look at our 1% tax, it's been increasing. So that's what's helped our revenue get to the place it's at. I mean, this year, the 1% tax was $961,871. And that's almost $1 million that added to our budget. If we didn't have that, so we got to push for that, but they don't, legislature or state, they're not getting rid of that. So we got to really push at that stage that we keep that home rule, because that's $1 million that we get from that. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up so that we would all know. And also, this is a budget with all the expenses on it. Now, don't have all the revenues on it. There's 60,000 more that's getting ready to deposit. That's not on this report. So those what we have received in for this year so far. Now, we'll probably get some more people in here in the next 7 days or so. But and then our expenses on page 12 is what we spent, 6.5 million this year. Take away that 192, you can see on that page for the year in revenue. Right now, at this point, we're sitting on $65,000. So that's why I'm not paying any more bills other than necessary. And I need the invoice from you. Make sure you email me an invoice for this month.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I forgot I'm not home.
Oh, I know. So I just passing all the info so we have the what we said for the next week and a half.
A lot of money, we should better head and go.
Yes,
Something about our debt.
yes. May, we got a lot of revenue in May that helps, but we were down comparison with what we received in last year. Yeah. So we're in pretty good shape, unless something major happens.
We get it. Anything else?
That's all, sir.
Good. All right. Approval for the new parks and recreation director.
I'm stuck in here. Phone sticks out the back pocket. I wanted to bring it before you guys. I found a gentleman that's worked for 24 years for the YMCA, and I think he'd be a great asset to the city. Jesse, if you would stand up. This is Jesse Madden. He worked up to the YMCA, and my son actually came to me and said, "Hey, you know, I've got a friend that would like to work for you." And Jesse came up all day Saturday and worked with us quite a bit, and he has a lot of plans. He's looking at making everything bigger and better for the annual things that we have, the Fall Festival and the Kids Day at the Park and different things. He was in charge of the wellness program up there, so he'll be working with the seniors downstairs too. That is, if everybody gives the okay to hire him on. That'll free up Bob to get some other things done, and the other guys, get them out here and get them really working hard. We've put a lot of time into these parks, and I don't want to lose them, so that gives us more manpower to get them done with Jesse being able to take care of the day-to-day management.
Good question. Motion.
I move that we approve the hiring of Jesse Madden to be the new Parks and Recreation Director.
Second.
I have a question, please. It's nothing against you, Jesse, Mr. Madden, whichever. He received all benefits, insurance, he'd be a full-time employee.
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make it clear.
Nice question. Sure. Is this budget?
Yes, it's,
Much in line.
yes, I'm pretty sure it is.
Full-time regular.
I'm pretty sure it's in our next year's budget.
That's what I thought.
Okay. Did you have a second?
I'll
I'll
move.
second. I'll second. Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Moving on. All right, last on the agenda is we bought a Bobcat. We didn't think we would move it. So, we thought we had a trailer big enough, we did not. So we had to purchase a trailer to move the Bobcat. $13,650. Your motion to be met on full count.
I make a motion that we approve the purchase of a trailer from Tri-County Trailer for $13,650 to haul the Bobcats that we'd already bought and send it on to Cool County.
And this trailer is big enough to take care of everything.
I know.
All right, second. That's second. All in favor? Moving up full count. Anybody got anything else? Everyone?
I'm still curious about the users thing, bring in more money.
What did?
The users thing,
Right.
uh,
I'm waiting back next year, July, before July.
well, I got a couple other questions, just out of curiosity, because I don't know. The property that we torn the houses down on, we're supposed to sell that property?
Yes, if we don't want.
When will we start?
It's supposed to be immediate. I mean, selling, selling the properties is actually too small to build. There's some of it that's nice sized property for houses. Yeah, it's being advertised.
The house over there on Lightner Avenue, we've got one house left. I had deadlines that I had to meet, and the public works could not get that house tore down in time. Now that we're done, get ready, because we're gonna start on the blacktopping this week. And after that, we're gonna fix alleys. That house could possibly be up there for another month.
I've had people ask me, they've got an empty lot beside their home. I've had people ask me if they could buy it.
Yeah, look, they can't.
It was owned by the city.
But who do they talk to?
Or you're the mayor.
The
Mayor.
It depends on where. I mean, if it's a lot that the city does own, they have the option to buy it.
And we wanna sell
It
it.
depends on what because we tore the house down, just like the house that we're working on over there on Lightner Avenue. We're gonna have the purchase price of what I paid for the property. We're gonna have the asbestos removal. We're gonna have the tear down of the property, and then the removal of the debris, and then depending on what we do with it, whether we reclaim it or put gravel in it or whatever, they're gonna pay for all that. So you're gonna have anywhere between, $8,000 to $10,000.
That's probably about a $10,500 lot, and I still have to have it appraised first. We can't sell, right, we cannot sell real property by state law without having it appraised.
And if we don't,
If we don't own it, then
Whoever owns it.
whoever
If they
owns it,
we don't own it, have to call me, I'll tell them.
yeah.
that we tore the house.
If it's the one where we tore the house down,
The chair
One
was
house.
already owned.
that'll be the city's. And then whenever we get the other house down, it will go up for sale.
Now, we might want, it's been a while since those have ever been listed for sale.
We need to get a real estate agent.
As Gary said, we might want to get a real estate agent.
But what do you get license?
I mean, we're not in the real estate business, so we want to get rid of this property.
Right.
It's for everybody's best interest.
That's
We're
money.
selling what we got.
And we've sold a couple, there's two of them already have houses. We can reclaim them like that and get another house in here where we're getting property tax off of, the people are living here, spending their money here, that's a bonus.
One on Wilson, one on Ford, and the one on Eighth.
He's not putting a house on it.
Right.
So if they want the empty lot, they call you.
Yeah. Some of them are already appraised. The one we're working on Lightner has not been. We're gonna have one over on Moore Avenue pretty soon. I think the next door neighbor will buy it. And then, one of Hickory. It's a nice secluded lot, so I want to challenge the build one because it's underground spring.
Okay.
If they're interested in a piece of property, even if we don't know, I can still tell them.
Questions.
Moving right along. Question, fire it up.
Well, was told that we have cars from the police, I guess, there's cars, not being used at the police law.
We've got several, not just police cars, several surplus vehicles down the garage. They're being listed, I assume.
They're in the process.
We've got the paperwork for them, we just gotta get them. Because I've done 3 or 4 different jobs. I was in my office for a day and a half last week.
He didn't get paid overtime.
I started restricting helping you, not being in that night. Moving right along.
That might have been the reason I was out there.
There you go.
Nothing.
Mayor motion.
Mr. Chairman, for the good of the order, there's no other financial business. I move that we adjourn this meeting.
Second.
Done. Hey, Steve.
All those in favor?
Leave it.